That's gonna be the little scene at the beginning. Me singing the Mario song. I sing that a lot. I feel like that's like.
You really do. That's like your go-to song that you sing.
I don't know. I'm weird.
Hello and welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, I'm Elle.
And I'm Ryan.
And on this channel, we talk about and spoil all of your favorite TV shows and movies because we're fun like that.
Yeah, we're real fun people and we really like ruining TV
That's just what we do. And this week, we're going to be talking about Korra.
The Legend of Korra. You gotta say the whole name.
Legend of Korra. Honestly, up until you just said that, I wasn't even sure what the whole thing was. Like,
nice.
I was like, is it Korra
terrible.
the next Avatar? Like, what is
Terrible.
exactly? That's how much I don't care about this show. That's how much I don't like it. Like, to me, I just know it as Korra.
That's a lot of hate for no reason, I feel
What
like.
do you mean a
but it's
lot of
fun.
hate for no reason?
That's
Man,
that's
you
like
can
that's
fight me.
so much hate that you're
You
not
can
even willing
whole
to
fight
learn the
me.
name of the show.
It's
That's
not
a
that
lot of hate.
I got the gist of it. The gist
a
is that it's
lot
called
of hate.
Korra. Korra is the show. It's about Korra. I mean, I guess it would be weird to call Avatar Aang. Like the Aang show.
Yeah, see?
Whatever.
See?
Okay.
A lot of hate.
Okay, the difference is though is that Avatar is literally called Avatar: The Last Airbender, but like Korra is literally like her name is in the title, so I feel like it's justified. All I'm saying. It's justified. Anyway. Yes, it is. I don't know. I don't like Korra is just not my thing, man. It's just I don't know. Like maybe it's just me. I don't know if it's just me. Actually, no, because someone in the comments of our last video said that Korra was like a 3 out of 10. Agreed. You know what? Maybe I'll be a little nicer. 5, 6 out of 10 for me. It's just I don't know.
What a hot mess.
It's just it's a lot. It almost hits too close to home for me. Like, if that makes any sense. Because there's a lot of, like, adult themes in the show that, like,
a lot of adult
I didn't
themes
ask
in
for.
Yeah, I didn't need that.
I didn't ask for it.
I didn't need to get called out like that.
I didn't need it. I wasn't asking for it. Like, I didn't send for you. Like, I don't know why. I don't know. Like, I just don't like it that much.
Bugs Bunny.
It's a cute cup.
Sorry.
I really do like it.
I got a new mug, everybody.
Are you proud? Oh, I'm so proud of you for your
Shut
new cup. It's a great new cup.
Shut.
All right. So, like, I guess
Feel attacked.
to like better explain why I don't like the show. Like, the first thing that hit me when I watched the show was that I didn't like the politics of it. Like, the fact that there is politics to me in a kid show on Nickelodeon was weird.
It's true. Nickelodeon, out of all like the kids channels, is typically like the most like kid. Like even as opposed to like Disney, like Nickelodeon is like SpongeBob, and like it is really just like
Fanboy and Chum Chum. Like that's literally a show that was on.
Like Nickelodeon is really like the personification of happy-go-lucky like nothingness, like just mindless like goofball child stuff. And Korra is way outside of their wheelhouse.
And
even Avatar was getting outside of their wheelhouse, but Korra is another level outside.
Avatar was like one of those shows that you had to be paying attention for. Like, because we said that in our last video. They're like, as an adult watching the show is when you notice those things. But as a kid, like, they're just like fun and like Avatar, and they're like going around solving problems. Like, it's fine. But in this show, like, okay, so like the Avatar is obviously like the Avatar. Like, they are this amazing person who can do all 4 forms of bending, and they are here to balance and like save the world, whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I don't like that in Korra, like, she's like reduced somehow. That like the Avatar no longer has like the weight that it has. I feel like they're like, ugh, the Avatar. Okay. Like, why aren't you doing your job? Like, fix it.
I don't feel like it's like, okay, it's not a reduction. She's not reduced in power. She's just as strong. I would argue that she's stronger than Aang, Avatar-wise, in terms of raw ability. And also, like, it's not that Korra reduces herself. It's just that, like, the society that she now has to, like, be a part of it's become so much more advanced that like bending has been pushed to the sideline because there is like electricity now and stuff like that.
That's my problem, is that I don't like that like at some point in the show she was worried about her approval rating. Like, she's the Avatar. She wasn't elected, she didn't choose it, she just is the Avatar. She shouldn't have to like worry about like her, like, what does approval rating have to do at all with her being the Avatar? Like, she can't be voted out. Like, if her approval rating gets to 0, then what happens? Nothing. She's the Avatar.
I mean, Raiko exiled her from Republic City.
Which is bull. She's the Avatar. She can literally wreck you, bro. Like, that's so dumb to me. I don't like that. I don't like how much she has to apologize for doing her job. Like, when she finally like balanced the world and like the spirits were open and like the spirit vines were there, and like she had like made like, I think like the portal between like the spirit world and like the real world was like open.
The end of the show or the end of
the end of the show?
Okay, yeah.
And like how pissed off people were about it. They're like, my home.
Okay,
like, I can't.
So you're not
here.
talking about the end of the show. You're talking about
I guess
the end of season 2.
Fine.
Beginning of season 3.
But like people were like pissed about it. And like we're like blaming her and like, fix it. Like, why are all these spirits here? And I'm like, the spirits are supposed to be there. Oh my god. Like, do you like, I feel like the culture is gone from like the original Avatar.
Okay, but my thing is that like even in the original Avatar, the people didn't want the spirits there. Like, there were a couple of episodes where Aang like went to a place and a spirit was there and people were like, get rid of it. We don't want it here. And that's because like I feel it's been like, because one thing that we see in Korra that I really, really love is we see the story of Avatar Juan, the first Avatar, and like how he became the Avatar. And like what we learn is like in his story, he's the one who like closed off the portals to the spirit state in the spirit world and the human state in the human world. And like, so it's been like a really long time since like spirits were regularly like living amongst humans like they were before. And we also learned in that like spirits don't really like people all that much. They're like, people are annoying to them.
Because people are annoying to me.
But because of it, spirits oftentimes lash out at humanity, attacking them, and there's nothing a human can really do to fight against a spirit because it's a spirit. Okay, but that's not fair to say.
Beast. Because like I feel like...
Because I don't know, like, my thing is that like the humans have the human world and the spirits have the spirit world. But like now it's like the humans have the human world and the spirits have the human world and the spirit world.
So like, okay, so like this is why it like hits too close to home for me, and like why I can't watch it. It's just one of those shows for me, is that like humans in like general and like in real life, when it comes to like spirits and spirituality and like the earth, like the things that humans do, like even like in that world, like is warranted to like make a spirit upset. Like the things that they do, like wanting to cut down a whole forest because I don't want it here, like this is the earth that you're messing with. This is spirit, so it makes sense to me that spirits would lash out. And like I feel like people do that in real life. Like people don't care about the earth. People do things and are shocked when like they find out that like the earth is dying, global warming is happening. Yeah. Like that's just one of those things that like the culture that they used to have, they no longer have, to me.
I think they have it in some places, but I think Republic City, which is where a majority of the story takes place.
I don't love Republic City.
And Republic City is, so if y'all remember Aang's fight with Ozai, that landscape that they fight on, that's where Republic City is built.
Oh yeah.
On that scorched landscape that Ozai scorches.
Wasn't it like worthless, like useless land?
Yeah, because Ozai scorched it, and it was all decimated, so they built a city on top of it. But the city is not linked to any one nation. So first of all, there's no nation. So I almost equate Republic City to the U.S.
Okay.
Like the U.S. is super diverse, but it also means we don't really have a culture of our own because there's so many other like people's cultures vying for the top that like they don't mesh all that well. So we don't have like a United States culture. Like the same way Republic City doesn't.
As Americans, we like, just are Americans.
Yeah, like which is the same with Republic. Weird. Like the Fire Nation has a culture, the Earth Kingdom has a culture, the Air Nomads have a culture, but Republic City, because it's a mixture of everything, doesn't really have a culture. It just is.
And so this is in the beginning of the show where like I think the bad guys, the light is changing so much right now. I'm sorry guys, but like Amon, the bad guy, his whole thing is that like benders are overpowered and like they shouldn't, that it's not fair and it's not equal, right?
The big thing with Amon is it's not even necessarily a power thing. It's a control of like. It's a part of the ruling party of... So at the beginning of the show, Republic City is controlled, like the governmental structure is a council of people, and the council is made up of representatives from all the other nations, and then...
So, I mean, like, the point is that he believed that benders had too much power, like, in society and in general. Like, that's what I was saying, and is that, like, they don't... Like, not that they don't deserve it, but, like, to equal it out... His plan was to just take bending away from people who had bending. And, like, to me, again, this is, like, one of those things that, like, hit home for me is because, like, people, like, I feel like in our world today, everyone has to be, like, on equal standing. Like, no one is special. And, like, that sounds really bad. Like, not that, like, we can't all have equality. But that, like, people...
Some people are just going to have certain skills that are better than other people. Yeah. Like some people are just going to run faster.
Like, it's going to sound like capitalism or something like that.
Well,
I don't know.
But like some people are just going to like be able to run faster, and some people are just going to be smarter.
So, like,
and it's
to
just
most of all, to appreciate each other's differences. That like if you can bend and I can't, can you move this earth for me real quick? Like it's bothering, like it's in my way. Thank you so much. Like it's literally like it shouldn't be a you're better than me situation to me. Like I feel like we should just appreciate everyone's differences. Sure, some people have bending and some people don't, but everyone is helping in society the way that they can, and that's just the way it is. And like to me, taking away bending, or even like in this show, my problem with bending is that it no longer has like the history that it used to. That people don't go on like pilgrimage to like become masters of some sort of art form. That like I can airbend, cool. Or like metal bending, police officer now. Like it's like there isn't like any like culture to me about it anymore, and like that's what I don't like.
All right, but again, I think that's just in Republic City.
Maybe it is.
Because I think in the other nations,
that's where it's mostly it. Like,
that it is still cultural and it is still a part of them. It's just like because Republic City isn't a culture, that like it has all of this just has been reduced to everyday life. I think your big problem is with Republic City.
Okay, but like Republic City is where most of the show takes place. Like that, like I feel like, but even if it's not fair to say that's not what the whole world is like, but like, if that's what the show is based around, like I feel like it's fair for me to be upset about it.
But disclaimer to Elle's upset point. Let's all be fair. If we got teleported into the Avatar universe and we didn't get bending, we'd be upset. Every single one of us.
What?
Let's be clear about that.
Whatever.
Right now.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just saying.
Whatever. I mean, honestly, I think I would like to have bending, but at the same time, it would just be cool to live in a world where people had bending. Like,
I don't know. I would be upset if I had to live in a world with bending and I couldn't bend.
Okay,
I'd be
but
seriously?
We would still belong to like a nation. Like, wouldn't we? So like, wouldn't it be a possibility that maybe our kids had bending?
Yeah, but still.
So that's cool. Like, I'm okay with that.
Boo.
Whatever. Oh my gosh. But like that's just like my biggest thing that I don't like about the show is like the almost like lack of culture and like how like serious everything is. I guess like the politics that like it's not a kid show. And like I will give the show this is that like
sorry, I was thinking about a joke.
Of course you were. I will give the show this that like it's not like a kid show, but I do feel like the reason why it's not a kid show is because they were following the like Avatar fandom. That like the kids who watched Avatar, that like they were following those kids and made the show for when they grew up.
I actually like that. But again, that's because I grew up and got to watch it again
like,
as adults.
In that right, it's fine. Like, touche. Like, the reason why it has so many adult themes is because it's following older children. That it's not meant to be on equal standing, on equal audience with Avatar.
I think the big thing is not even that Korra has more adult themes than Avatar. It's that Korra's more willing to, like, adult themes.
Jeez.
Whereas,
my reaction, literally. I'm like, oh my God.
Whereas Avatar tries and sort of hides them behind things and sort of softens them out. like Korra's like genocide. And then just sits back and watches your reaction, and it's like, yeah,
like,
you know what it's about.
Oh my gosh! And like this, this is something that I know that you like about it. But Korra goes through like a whole like thing in like this show. Like she gets poisoned. And
her
like,
mental breakdown into depression.
Like she goes through a whole like mental breakdown and like depression. She's like low key on suicide watch for at some point of the show.
Yeah.
Like it gets bad. And like I know that like that's just like one thing that you were saying is that like this kind of is like doesn't like line up that well, but like the villains in the show, like the amount of stuff that happens and goes through in the show.
The villains, so Korra is different in Avatar in the way that Avatar has the Fire Nation and Ozai for the whole show, whereas Korra, each season has a new villain. So it's like an arc.
Yeah.
And each villain is the embodiment of one like principle.
Yeah.
So Amon is equality. Unalaq is like spirituality. Season 3, which is Zahir, is like freedom.
Mm-hmm.
And then the last one is Kovira is like order or peace or something like that.
Yeah.
And each of them embody like an extremist to the max point of view of that like usually positive like what word did I use before? I forgot what word I used. I don't even know.
But like they're all trying to help. Like,
so like all of them are all trying to help, but they take it to that extreme point that it becomes like
not helpful,
harmful to like the situation. So Amon wants to create equality between benders and non-benders, but his solution is to
like stopping your.
But his solution is to like kidnap people and forcefully remove their bending and like stuff like that. And then Unalaq wants to like bring people back to like the spiritual, cultural roots of their heritage, but he does it by getting possessed by a dark spirit and basically trying to kill the Avatar and destroy Republic City. Then Zahir wants to bring freedom to the people who are oppressed by tyrants, but he does it by killing off the Earth Queen and inciting revolution.
That's our dryer.
And then Kovira wants to bring order to a crumbling nation, but she does it by becoming a like tyrannical dictator and literally like putting some of her people in work camps to force conformity.
It's a lot. A lot happens.
So I like the deep themes that each of the villain brings and that they touch on.
Instead of like 4 whole seasons of Avatar, it's not just like Avatar. I don't want to kill him, but you have to. But I don't wanna, but you need to.
Oh,
like for
Korra,
4 seasons of just like trying to do this one guy.
Korra is the Kyoshi that Aang never wanted to be.
That's true.
I'ma kill him.
Like literally, like when he calls like the Kyoshi, she's like, yeah, well, you like kill him. Like he needs to die. Like I don't know what your problem is.
I could see Avatar Korra and Avatar Kyoshi just like chilling.
Like Avatar Kyoshi makes it sound like shit. Like you're the Avatar, dude. Like literally just like one motion, he's gone. Like it's not that hard. You've got this. It's not like
you have 4 different ways you can kill him.
Why are you confused?
And Korra's right there with him, and she's like, like Aang, just like kill him.
Like you know, like you were trained, right? Like you know how to do it, right? So like, what's the problem?
You know that like people need air to breathe, and if you take away the air, they die, right?
Yeah,
we are clear on that.
Done. Like there's no problem. Rocks are heavy. Drop it on him. Like, you can do that.
But Korra is totally that Avatar. Korra is very. But I personally think Korra is more powerful than Aang. Which I know people are going to fight me on that, but I don't care because I'm right.
So I feel like
she is.
So she's only more powerful than Aang because they have like different principles. I feel like that like from the beginning.
She's not willing to handicap herself.
Aang was like Aang was very like I don't want to hurt people and I will only do it if I have to. Like almost every move he made was pulled back a little bit or like trying not to do too much. Like he never wanted to hurt anyone. Whereas like Korra, she's like, I need all the power I can get. Like, help me. I will meditate. I will do whatever you need me to do for like to get the maximum power and take out this threat.
Yeah.
So,
oh,
like,
and I don't like the argument that people try to use that like Aang was younger, so obviously Korra is more powerful. That's a bad argument. Stop using it. That's not what we're counting. We're counting equivalent age and time gap to power.
And like Korra, like when it comes to power, she's just been through more. That like she just has like the inner strength of like herself to like to have that power.
And I don't know, the other thing that Korra learns that we never see that Aang learns, and he probably doesn't learn some of it, is like she learns a lot more like sub-bending genres. Like she learns a lot more sub-bending than Aang does.
I suppose.
Like she learns metal bending.
But like that's because
she learns how to energy bend, which is an Avatar thing.
That was such like a big part. Like all those sub bendings, like lightning is low key how they just produce energy in that time period.
I suppose.
So like things like that, like the sub bending, like almost like the entire military and police force can metal bend. Like that's just a thing in that time period. So I feel like it makes more sense for her to know that.
She has better control over the Avatar state than Aang does.
That's because Aang never wanted to go into the Avatar state.
Okay, but I feel like, I don't know, my thing, whatever, fine.
Okay, but like that's
this
what
isn't
I mean
a show
by,
where
like,
we're arguing about power, so we're just
okay, but like that's what I mean by like he handicapped. Like he didn't like not being in control of himself, so he didn't want to go into the Avatar state.
But my thing is that like it's not even that like Aang didn't like being in control, it's that he couldn't control himself. Like we've seen all the other avatars like, because like, from what I understand is the like best form of the avatar, so like the most control is not what Aang does, which is like when he goes into it, it's like a whole state. Yeah. It's like he is stuck in the avatar state and he is fighting like that. The controlled way, the way you're supposed to do it, is their eyes glow like momentarily and then bursts of power come afterwards. But the eyes don't stay glowing. It's like a moment where they like link into it.
Where they just like tap into that energy.
Instead of sitting in that energy. That's when you like lose control, which is what Aang does when he goes into the Avatar state. And we
like
see,
be able to like take in like, all right, thank you, go back now.
We see, whereas Korra, we see her flash momentarily. And the only time we ever see her hold in the Avatar state is when she's dying from toxic poison and is literally not able to control her own muscles. Yeah. It's the only time we see her hold the Avatar state like that. So to me, that means that's the wrong way to be doing it. Like that's the unhealthy, unstable way to be using the Avatar state. And like,
if we go back to Avatar, he had the chance and opportunity to learn how to do that. But like he wasn't willing to like fully let go and learn, which is so like I think he messed himself up, man.
He messed himself up a little bit.
Yeah, because there's a whole like episode where like he's supposed to be learning and he's almost there to learning how to control it, but like because he didn't want to give up Katara, like was that really what he had to give up? Like his love for her?
No, he just had to like. It's not exactly give up his love for her. It was like a weird like you have to like.
So like I guess the way I would say is like
define yourself by it.
Yeah. But like to not hold yourself back because of her. Yeah. Like if she wasn't here, you need to be able to. Still do what you
basically,
need to do.
Yeah.
And so he was like,
nah.
Fam.
You're like, I'm good.
No. And like it was cute, but at the same time, it's like, bro, you're the Avatar.
Bro, like, you got a world to save.
You
like,
need to get over yourself. You need I understand you love her.
The only thing I'll give Aang is that. Clearly, based on some flashbacks from Korra, he eventually learns the proper way to go into the Avatar state.
Yeah. Just not when we needed him to. But
not when it was important.
It's fine.
But it's fine. We're not mad at all.
No, we're not bitter. No, it's fine.
Not bitter at all. The one thing I do love, though, is I love how in Korra, how often and how many different subgenres we get to see.
Oh, my goodness.
We get to see metal bending a lot.
This is the true, like,
you get to
Avatar
see lightning every once in a while. But you also get to see, like, all of season 3 is about the Red Lotus and Zahir. Zahir is an airbender who learns how to fly. And not like what Aang does, like the glider, like manipulating air currents. I mean, like Superman fly. Which is apparently like a really old airbender trick that requires you to like form complete detachment to the universe. I don't know. So there's that. And then the waterbender part of their group doesn't have any arms. So she waterbends mentally without like the movement forms. Like she learned how to manipulate water with her mind, which is super cool.
Yeah, that is.
And then you have Pali, who's the firebender, who is like Combustion Man from Avatar. Yeah. She's a combustion bender. But we also see that see that she can actually firebend, which would make me think that which makes me think that Combustion Man can actually firebend too, which makes me question how he died from an explosion. But it's fine.
I don't know. And maybe he was just too strong.
Maybe. And then the last member is what is the last member's name?
You're looking at the wrong person.
Oh, the Earthbender. Gazan. It's Gazan.
I was about to say.
And he is an Earthbender, but he has a specialty form of subbending, lava bending, where he manipulates magma, which is
such a
awesome.
Weird word.
It's awesome.
I'm sure it is.
It's so cool.
Great.
But yeah, and I just like that we get to see all the and we get to see lightning more often, and obviously we get to see Korra learn energy bending.
Gave you what you wanted, basically.
All the little sub bendings. I love sub. There's a whole season about blood bending. We get to see blood bending more in depth.
Goodness.
I just love to see all the little bending things. It's my favorite. It's awesome.
Goodness.
Okay. Last thing.
I want to be done.
I know. Last thing. Favorite moment of Korra. You have to pick a favorite.
I don't have one.
Dude, you have to have at least one favorite.
I literally... Okay, but I just don't watch it that much. I don't think about it that much. I don't really have...
Don't think about it.
How about that? The end. So mean. The end. That is my favorite moment. Okay.
Wow.
Okay, I'm kidding. Fine. If I really think about it, my favorite moments is when the Earth, the universe balanced itself out, and when a whole bunch of people started becoming airbenders. To me, that was a really good, not end, but it was a really good conclusion or solution to the fact that the airbenders were going to be dying out, and that how they put that back to the universe, and that they're supposed to be airbenders, and that to be balanced, all four
have to exist.
Yeah. And so the universe balanced itself out after she opened the
spirit portals, the north and south spirit portals.
Yeah, and all these airbenders showed up, and to see the resurgence of airbenders is what I really liked. I have something I don't like about it, but I'm gonna leave that alone. Just a culture thing. The
culture changes.
Yeah, I love that they bring back the airbenders, but it didn't bring back the air nomads, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
that's fair. I feel
fair.
The culture of the air nomads and the temples that they had and all the teachings are still there, but
they're not as important.
Yeah,
because the people who get airbending are not children. It's full adults that already have their own cultures and lives.
Who are from other nations.
Yeah. So they don't care as much about the air nomad culture. They're still here to be airbenders and still here to learn it and still here to help. And they're learning it, but they don't care about it as much.
Maybe
it's not the way Aang did. Yeah.
So that's one I love
it's
that, but I
take a while
don't
for
like
that culture to get back.
Yeah, that's what I don't appreciate, I guess. And what's your favorite thing?
My favorite thing?
The whole show. Because you're a mess.
That's not true.
Whatever.
I really like the fights in Korra. There's a lot of fights, and there's a lot of really good choreographed fights. Some standout ones are Korra versus Kovira and Korra versus the Equalists in season 1. Those are some standout choreographed fights.
Nice.
And then I also really love the slow and gradual build-up that people tend to ignore of Asami and Korra's relationship, which was ahead of its time with representation. Look at you. A
little bit. I'll give them that.
Yeah. So ahead of its time that the Nickelodeon corporate didn't let them put the kissing scene at the end of the show. And the creators had to come out and confirm it afterwards and then write the comics to explain that. But yeah, anyways, that's it.
Well, thank you for watching, everyone. We appreciate your time and your energy that you spent watching this, even though you're probably sitting in bed right now and you just clicked on it. But
hey, don't call them out like that. Let them be happy laying in bed.
I'm not judging. This is exactly what I do. I'm not at all judging or upset. I'm just stating facts.
We don't judge here, people.
We don't judge here. No judgment. No judgment zone. Come in. Like, feel comfortable. You know what? Matter of fact, subscribe. How about that? Like, subscribe, come be happy with us.
Subscribe and like, leave comments.
Subscribe, like, comment. We appreciate it. And we will see you guys next time on a video that we don't know what we're doing yet.
Yeah, we do. We totally had that planned out. We had that planned out. YouTube.
You know what? Yes, we have our lives together. Yes. We'll see you guys next time. Our next video will be Disney related.
Yep, that's all we're going to give you. You're going to have to tune in next time to learn about it.
Yeah. We got a lot of things to say about Disney, y'all. Y'all not ready.
Peace.
Peace.